seasons. How many 40-point games did Michael Jordan have? 173.
Every time LeBron does something, if Jordan wanted to, he would have done it.
I didn't say
if
that.
he's what you said.
The GOAT conversation continues to take over the basketball world, and once again, Stephen A. Smith delivered a strong argument that makes defending anyone over Michael Jordan even more difficult. During an episode of First Take, the discussion shifted toward 40-point performances and career longevity, where Stephen A. firmly stated that while LeBron James is undeniably an all-time great, he still falls short of Jordan's level. In this video, we break down the heated debate between Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe while examining how LeBron's entire journey has often been viewed as a constant pursuit of Jordan's legacy without ever truly surpassing it. Stay tuned, because every section uncovers another quote and the deeper meaning behind the comparison. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit the like button so you never miss another breakdown from the GOAT debate. Stephen A. immediately came out with a powerful point that very few players in basketball history can match. At 40 years old, Michael Jordan still managed to score 40 points in an NBA game, a feat that alone places him in rare territory. But Stephen didn't stop there. He compared Jordan's scoring numbers to LeBron's career totals, pointing out that LeBron has recorded 78 career 40-point games across an incredible 22-season run. While that number is impressive, Jordan reached the 40-point mark 173 times despite playing 7 fewer seasons. The argument goes beyond statistics alone. It speaks to dominance, efficiency, and impact. Jordan never needed unmatched longevity to prove he was the greatest. In a shorter amount of time, he consistently delivered at a higher level. When Stephen A. lays out the numbers with that kind of perspective, the debate becomes much tougher for LeBron supporters. Every new stat LeBron adds can sometimes feel like accumulation through longevity, while Jordan's accomplishments come across as precise, calculated, and overwhelming. That 40-point performance at age 40 was not simply another highlight in Jordan's career. To many fans, it served as a reminder of the standard he set and why his legacy still stands above the rest.
Michael Jordan was the first 40-year-old to drop 40. That's number one. LeBron James is in his 22nd season. That was the 78th time in his career he has scored over 40.
Stephen A. Smith kept building his argument by emphasizing one incredible reality. Michael Jordan recorded an unbelievable 173 career 40-point games while playing 7 fewer seasons than LeBron James.
Take a moment to really process that.
The NBA has rarely seen a player who could blend scoring efficiency, explosive athleticism, and relentless offensive pressure the way Jordan did. But this statistic represents more than just numbers or longevity. It reflects mentality. Jordan came into the league with one mission: domination, and he maintained that approach throughout his career without relying on stacked super teams or repeatedly changing organizations in search of better opportunities. That is often what separates all-time great players from truly untouchable legends. LeBron has competed in an era filled with advantages such as advanced sports science, load management, longer career preservation, and floor spacing created by the modern three-point game. Even with those benefits, he still has not matched Jordan's scoring production in fewer seasons. Stephen Yes' comparison is not simply another statistical debate. To many viewers, it highlights a difficult reality for fans who place LeBron and Jordan on the exact same level. In their eyes, the distance between the two is not small. It remains significant.
Seasons. How many 40-point games did Michael Jordan have? 173.
In one of the strongest parts of his argument, Stephen A. Smith delivered a sharp criticism by pointing out that Michael Jordan never backed away during the first 8 years of his career. He never left his situation to build a super team, and he never felt the need to head to South Beach in order to figure out how to become a champion. That statement carries a much deeper meaning than just a comparison of career decisions. It challenges the perception of LeBron James and the mindset he showed early in his journey. While LeBron's talent was undeniable from the beginning, critics often argue that Jordan displayed a different level of intensity, confidence, and killer instinct right from day one. Jordan's rise to greatness was built through struggle, persistence, and relentless competition rather than player alliances or carefully planned superstar partnerships. The point of this discussion is not simply to criticize LeBron's move to Miami, but to highlight how Jordan never searched for an easier path. According to Stephen A., that is what made Jordan different. His mentality was rooted in competing on his own terms, regardless of public opinion or outside pressure. For many fans, that relentless approach to winning is a major reason why Jordan's legacy continues to stand apart from everyone else.
Say something right now. Anything that Michael Jordan wanted to do, he didn't spend the first 8 years shivering. He didn't have to go to South Beach to learn how to win.
When Shannon Sharpe enters the debate, the tone immediately changes. He pushes back hard against Stephen A. Smith, responding with emotion and frustration. Shannon argues that if Michael Jordan was truly as dominant as Stephen A. describes, then why didn't he deliver those massive performances in every important moment? Why wasn't every game filled with the same legendary numbers and highlights people constantly reference today? It is a reasonable counterargument, but supporters of Jordan would say it overlooks the larger point Stephen A. is trying to make. Jordan never seemed obsessed with chasing extra achievements or stacking statistics just to strengthen his image. Instead, his reputation was built through unforgettable moments, championship success, and a level of consistency that defined an entire era. Shannon's reaction also reflects how emotionally charged the GOAT conversation has become, especially among passionate supporters of LeBron James. To many viewers, the constant need to defend LeBron by criticizing Jordan shows just how powerful Jordan's legacy still is decades later. The pressure surrounding the debate remains intense because people are not simply comparing two great players. In many ways, they are debating whether a legacy that has long been considered untouchable can truly be rewritten.
Every time LeBron does something, if Jordan wanted to, he would have done it.
I didn't say that.
Heed what you said.
Stephen A. Smith quickly fires back by reminding everyone of one key fact. LeBron James has played 7 more seasons than Michael Jordan and still has not reached the same level of dominance in certain areas. In Stephen A.'s eyes, that is not just personal opinion. It is supported by the numbers. LeBron's longevity is undeniably remarkable, but Stephen questions how much value longevity carries if the overall production still falls short of a player who competed for far fewer years. The argument becomes even more intense when considering how today's NBA is often viewed as more offense-friendly, with less physical defense and more opportunities for star players to score. This is where Stephen A.'s frustration becomes clear. Many fans praise LeBron for his durability, consistency, and career totals, but Stephen believes greatness is about more than simply lasting longer. It is about maximizing every season, every game, and every defining moment. To Jordan supporters, Michael Jordan approached the game with ruthless precision. Every appearance felt meaningful, and every big performance added to a legacy that became larger than basketball itself. While LeBron has built one of the greatest careers the sport has ever seen, critics argue that in the GOAT conversation, sheer longevity and accumulation have never outweighed dominance and impact at the highest level.
All I know is your man got 7 more years in the league and still chasing Jordan. 7 more years. He don't even have.
In the closing part of the debate, Stephen A. Smith delivers the statement that captures his entire argument. He points out that LeBron James has spent more than 2 decades in the NBA, longer than many people spend completing their education, and yet, according to him, he still has not surpassed Michael Jordan. The comment is meant to hit hard because it highlights both sides of LeBron's career. On one hand, it recognizes the incredible dedication, longevity, and consistency required to remain elite for 22 seasons. On the other hand, it argues that greatness is not measured by time alone. Stephen A.'s perspective is that true basketball immortality is built through dominance, unforgettable moments, relentless competitiveness, and a legacy that changes the sport forever. LeBron's career has unquestionably been filled with historic achievements and remarkable accomplishments, but when people compare his resume to Jordan's, many still believe the advantage belongs to the player famously known as his airness. That is why the GOAT debate refuses to disappear. It is not because LeBron lacks greatness. Most fans already consider him one of the greatest players ever. The debate continues because Jordan established a standard so legendary that even after 22 seasons, no player has fully managed to reach it.
Been in the league long enough that I was in college. And still, he ain't catch Jordan.
And still get him there.
So here we are once again. Stephen A. Smith presents numbers and arguments that hit directly at the heart of the GOAT debate without leaving much room for excuses or emotional bias. Michael Jordan recorded 173 career 40-point games while playing significantly fewer seasons than LeBron James, who currently sits at 78. Even after spending more than 2 decades in the NBA, LeBron is still being measured against the standard Jordan created years ago. To many fans, the statistics speak for themselves, and Jordan's legacy continues to stand at the top of basketball history. LeBron's career has been filled with incredible accomplishments, championships, records, and unforgettable moments. He has climbed nearly every mountain the sport has to offer. But according to Jordan supporters, the final peak, surpassing MJ in the GOAT conversation, still remains out of reach. Now, the question turns to the fans. Do you believe LeBron can still close the gap with Jordan, or will Michael Jordan forever remain the untouchable GOAT? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button if you agree with Stephen A., and subscribe to NBA Showdown for more intense basketball debates and deep breakdowns. The conversation continues, and so does the battle over basketball's greatest legacy.